Yeah, and then like they shut the kindergartens this week. I got 2 little kids, and it is absolutely it's death. It's so like
I'm gonna come riot for you. I'm coming to Australia and I'm bringing my Uzi.
Yeah, good luck getting in.
Oh yeah, so can foreigners come to Australia?
No, right?
No,
like literally no. And then how did you?
Dude, not only can foreigners not come to Australia, we can't leave.
Oh, you're trying yeah.
Yeah, like it's one of the few countries in the world. They were like, someone put up a thing saying like the only other countries with an exit ban are like North Korea and Afghanistan.
Yeah, who cares about an exit ban? Why not let you leave?
They just want to rub it in your nose a little bit.
I mean, like, who cares if you get COVID somewhere else? You're not there. Like, the point is to protect the country, right?
Yeah, I didn't look it up, but I think that part of it is limiting. You can apply for an exemption, but they don't want people to go and come back. They don't want to encourage that. You know?
Yeah. So what's the process of getting back into the country, like for you?
Well, so we got in right before they really shut things down.
Okay.
So it was pretty. So when I flew in, we didn't need to apply for an exemption if you're a resident or a citizen. But like so in my family, I have 2 little kids. My wife is Russian. Her mom is from Kyrgyzstan. She lived with us in Hong Kong, and she didn't get in. We had to send her both figuratively and literally to Siberia.
Like the mother-in-law can't make it. Sorry, I'm so upset.
We were like, yeah, we're going to Australia. And then we had to be like,
not you.
One person's not coming with us.
She high fives you, and you slowly like pull away from the high five. You're like, nope.
I was like, sorry. You know what? That high five's probably the last time we're going to touch each other for a while.
Siberia.
So Siberia for her. And then did you guys have to go to a hotel, or what happens next? A quarantine hotel?
Yeah, so we're okay to fly. We're getting the flights. That's hard. There's no flights. I got to send you photos of these flights, dude. I am not kidding you. I was on an international flight. There were 20 passengers.
Wow.
On an international flight.
Still, they did the big plane?
Forget about having your huge plane. Forget about having your own row. We had our own entire section of the plane.
Ah, you should have just stayed on the plane. Sounds great.
Oh, God. Would have been the dream.
We're going where you're going. Where are you going next? We're in.
So that was a whole thing. And then I found out that we got so you don't get to pick your host. They charge you thousands and thousands of dollars. I paid $5,000 for the quarantine hotel.
Oh, geez. Wait, really?
Wait, they make you quarantine and they make you pay for it? Is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize you had to pay for the hotel. It's crazy.
Taxpayers won't pay for that?
Dude, they charge you like it's a 5-star hotel, and it is the shittest hotel. One of the shittest hotels I've ever stayed.
Room service, upcharges, and everything.
Is it one of those hotels where if you get a soda, but you just move the soda a little bit in the fridge? Then they
in the mini fridge? Yeah.
In the mini fridge.
They have a sensor.
Oh, no, they didn't have a mini fridge.
What?
But your quarantine,
it wasn't
they show
that
a mini
nice
fridge.
a hotel.
Oh, my God.
Dude, it was so first of all, like you land and by the way, I first set of flights I bought. Flights are crazy expensive. Almost all seats are business class. And the economy is like 5 times what it would normally be. And they canceled. So I booked a set of flights with Figi Airways. Now you might think that's a high quality airline.
Sounds good. They have good water.
They canceled within a day. They canceled every international. Okay, and then wouldn't offer a refund.
What?
They sent me this email.
You have to pay?
Dude, they sent me this $5,000 US.
This is robbery.
And they
can't give you a refund.
Dude, they sent an email. It said every international flight from our airline is canceled. Do not worry about your money. You will be given a credit to use with fee. I'm
what?
like,
A credit
to international flights. I can't go anymore.
Now you got to begrudgingly go to Fiji at some point in your life.
I love that. Just the audacity to say, "Do not worry that we're
it's in good shape.
Money.
We put it in a CD. We're investing it."
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That's literally the only thing.
What else would be your worry besides getting your money back?
Did you get ship insurance? You didn't get ship insurance, huh?
So I call them. I call this airline, and they don't even know that their flights have been canceled.
They're in Fiji. They're drunk.
I was like, put the coconut drink down for a second. I'm going to blow your mind.
Turn down the Jimmy Buffett.
I was like, your airline's not flying any planes. And she's like, I feel like I'd know that.
A memo, a company memo or Slack or something.
I think they would have told me if they'd stopped flying all of the
wrong
planes.
to me.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like my airline.
That sounds like something they would mention at least, around the water cooler.
She's probably going to lose her job the next phone call she gets.
She dropped her pina colada hearing that.
And then
she goes, "Whoa! My lei just blew off my chest."
She was like, "Stop the margarita blender for a second. Can you say that again?"
Put down the coconut shrimp. This guy's got some important news for us.
So I was like, "What do I do?" And she's like, "I'm still getting over the news that we're not flying planes anymore."
She's like, "I'm so devastated. I love that we fly planes in this country."
She goes, "Sir, how about you stop worrying about yourself for a minute and worry about me? I'm the one who had to hear this news."
What do you think? Do you think my job is safe now that they've stopped flying the planes?
No, probably not.
What have you heard about my company? So I literally, dude, I emailed them the law and was
law?
I was in Australia and this is the consumer law.
Oh.
You have to offer me your purchases in Australia. I'm like, you got to offer me a flight. And they replied, "You know what? You're right." That's a valid point. Here you go. Here's what they said. Can you call your bank and try to get them to cancel paying us?
Oh my
What kind of airline is this?
We can't offer a refund. We don't know how to. We already fired the refund person.
Yeah, because we called our bank and they've stopped doing transactions for the next
Are we
month.
sure? Now let me
Fiji
just present this. Are we sure
National
Fiji
Bank.
Airline is a real airline?
Yeah.
Is this not a company that just
what?
cancels everyone day of and doesn't even own a plane?
It's a Ponzi scheme.
This is Kaplan and I. We had an idea to start a fake comedy festival at one point called the Allentown the Allentown Comedy Festival. And then we take submissions from all these comedians. We charge them $50 each to submit to our festival, and then we just tell them all they didn't get in, and then we don't have the festival. This sounds very similar.
COVID. We should have done it before COVID, and then we could have said COVID canceled it. We're going to have it after COVID's over.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. Your money's safe.
Your money's safe.
We'll apply it to the next festival.
Is it Snatch or a Lock, Stock? You know that Guy Ritchie movie?
Yeah, one of those.
The guy has this. He has this scheme where he's like, you're buying these dildos online, and you write the check, and it's like, a late night gift or something, and then we're out of stock, and you give them the check to get the refund, and it's like hardcore sharp in your arm.
Oh, and no one wants it,
so they don't. They want to cash it. They want to get a check to get the money back.
This is a very dated joke, by the way.
This is all the same concept.
Yeah. That was a great movie.
So what happens? So they got you on a different flight?
Yeah, I booked with another airline, Scoot, the high-quality airline.
Scooch. Is that an airline?
I'm sure they have engines.
Scooch?
Yeah,
like, hey, scooch over. We need some more
seats. They make Ryanair seem like a virgin. Like
It's Singapore Airlines budget airline.
Okay.
And so we get in, and then you would have thought like we were high level, like prison, like we just committed murder. We land in there, and they're just the way we got kids there. They didn't care if we got the kids. We lined up for so long. It took like 5 hours to get out of the airport.
Body search.
I'm standing there in line, and they said, "Where have you been for the last 14 days?" And I said, "Standing in this line." Which you thought they'd have a sense of humor at that point, but no. And anyway,
I've been on Scooch Airlines.
Yeah, it turns out Scooch doesn't have a sense of humor. So we get in the room. They turned out we'd gotten the worst quarantine. So they allocate you on arrival. You don't get to pick anything. We're staying at the Holiday Inn Airport, which turns out to be the worst airline.
Is that like a by the hour hotel? Like one of those?
By the minute.
By the minute.
You got a heart-shaped bed.
Like, kids, don't use a microscope or a magnifying glass in this hotel.
Yes.
Is that a bottle of water next to the bed? Yeah. No, it's lubricant.
Yeah.
Take the batteries off out of that black light pin we got.
Yeah.
And it was just, man, it was insane. So they had like an internal PA system for emergencies, and they'd commandeered it, and were making announcements inside our rooms from 8 a.m. every morning.
Oh.
So at 8 a.m. in the morning, we get this, your breakfast has arrived. Please pick up
revelry time. Rise and shine.
Oh.
And I got little kids. Everyone's like, well, we're up. You know, I'm like,
oh.
And
when you say breakfast has arrived, do they put it outside your door like a prisoner would? Like solitary?
Yeah. And you've got 10 seconds to get it. Like, you got keep COVID out the room. So
and you're not allowed to leave your room? You can't, like, go down to the pool or anything?
Are you joking? Dude, the windows don't open.
Shoot you.
You out of your mind? So first of all, that place didn't have a pool. It had,
puddle. Yeah.
Mistake number one in that analysis.
So you literally, you're in a hotel room with your wife and your 2 kids, and you can't leave the hotel room for 14 days.
No.
I couldn't give you 2 rooms like
for the door for more than 10 seconds.
Oh.
We had 2 rooms with a door in the middle, but it was not enough. And and then so I called them and I'm like, hey, do you have to use this PA system? Do you think maybe you could not use it? And they're like, well, we don't know how to like separate the rooms, so no. I'm like, how about you don't use it for like, how about you don't use it for anyone?
Yeah, how about we just know? You tell us once that breakfast will be out your door at 8 a.m. and we can remember.
And they were like, and they were like, well, we don't want your food getting cold. I'm like, mate, it's fucking Fruit Loops. It's not even.
Why do they care if your food gets? What are they, grandma?
Cornflakes. It's not even hot. It's fucking cereal.
Also, it's Australian announcements, Cap. So it's like, yeah, mate, breakfast is ready. Come
like,
on down, mate.
Your fucking Fruit Loops are ready, you cunts.
Do you get to order what you like what cereal you like, or what pick your?
No,
do you get to say like I don't eat meat, or I don't want red meat, or you gotta say anything? Any request?
What if you're a pescatarian?
What if you're kosher, or like a vegetarian, or
if you're a vegetarian, you get
some kosher meal.
If you're a Jew, they shoot you, Kaplan.
Yeah.
And you being vaccinated doesn't matter at all. They don't care.
Yeah, you're
vaccinated. Vaccinated. Come from a country that had 0 COVID, and they're acting. I'm like, and they're testing us, and I've done like 4 tests, And the when we're leaving, she's like, "We recommend getting a test 3 days after this." I'm like, "I'm pretty sure I don't fucking have it."
You've got it, Mark.
So they finally let you out of this quarantine hotel, and
I mean that wasn't even the end of it. So we get in there. By the way, just one last thing. So the food. No one wants to eat the food. The food is terrible. You can't get anything delivered. But the only thing we're allowed to do is we can order from the supermarket. So no cooked food, but we're just like, all right, we'll get
prepared
food
foods.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Can't cut the food. So I call them up. I'm like, can we get a knife? And
it's Australia.
They're like, and they're like,
call this a knife. Their references.
Crocodile Dundee delivers the
That's my only reference, Crocodile Dundee. Yeah.
Isn't this what you're known for? What about Dingo's got my baby?
So what, do you guys just eat a potato like an apple?
Mate,
you got a steak.
We're like, literally, and then we're like, can we get a knife? And they're like, nah, it's a security risk. I'm like, we're locked in here.
You might kill your family.
All of a sudden, you guys are prisoners?
Well, if you're locked in with your kids.
I was like, this isn't a mental asylum. Like, we're in here because we're traveling home.
Did they take your shoelaces?
Yeah, I was going to say, they take your shoelaces and your belts.
So
No gang
like,
colors. No blue or red. No blue or red.
I'm like, I said to the guy, I'm like, do you think this is a prison? Like, what
yes, pretty much.
And then, so I said to them, everything takes a day. They call me back the next day. And they're like, can we give you a serrated butter knife? I'm like, listen, I'll be honest with you. If I want to stab my kids, I could do it with a serrated butter knife. But it's really inconvenient to cut fruit with. You know?
Serrated butter knife. Give a prick.
Yeah.
What are your kids doing this whole time, by the way? I got to ask that.
Great
like for
question.
2 weeks, just watching TV or just like...
So my daughter decides to climb up a chair, fall off, hit her head, and puke over the entire hotel room. And we're sitting there in just vomit stench because none of the windows open.
Oh.
Wait, do they have
You
housekeeping?
might jump.
Do housekeeping come at any point?
No housekeeping, bro. No one's allowed in. No one's
saying.
allowed
You
out.
vomit, though. You have cleaning supplies. It's unbelievable.
Dude, we sat in vomit stench for 8 hours.
Oh.
Until I was just sitting on the phone. And the funny thing about it was like, I called a woman. I'm like, she's like, I feel like we're just going around in circles here. I'm sure you don't want to. She's like, I'm sure you don't want to sit on the phone. I'm like, lady, I'll sit on the phone for 2 weeks straight.
I got nothing to do.
I don't care. I got nothing else to do.
Oh my! You are the parent of the year. I could never do it. This is like you've hit a new level of parenting that I've never hit.
It was tough.
In a room, because during the peak of the lockdown here, I have a dog. I would leave the apartment to walk the dog as much as possible. Get the hell out.
Oh my God, how funny is this? How funny is this? So we were like, our kids need something to do. We need toys. We need to be able to send toys. So they sent us a make the royal family's family tree. Like, I have a 2-year-old.
Aren't they all inbred?
What
kind of
figure out
family tree?
like, to write the words Prince Andrew on a fucking diagram?
Oh,
like,
boy.
You mean drawing
Oh,
it?
boy.
Like draw the family tree?
Writing words. I'm like, this is a 2-year-old, bro. I don't know this.
Also, isn't Prince Andrew the pedophile?
Yeah, but I don't know.
You got to teach them what you can teach. Whatever they can do during lockdown. Yeah, that's incredible.
I'm like, stay away from this one, kids. This one's no good.
The Epstein's Island. Oh my God!
So we got out. Yeah, it's 2 weeks of that, and then literally day 2, hardcore lockdown.
Oh my gosh!
So you had 1 day of freedom.